Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Earth's Mightiest Gyros podcast, where we talk all things superheroes, comic books, anime, video games. Basically, if you got made fun of it in school, you're gonna probably hear about it here. As always, I'm your host, Ijaz, joined once again by the Edgelord.
Rafi himself.
Alright, and
That's,
well, we've got some pretty interesting things lined up for you today, but again, before we get
Mhm.
into that, let's just let you guys know what we've been up to for the week. Me? Not much, really. Honestly, I'm be honest with you. Nothing happened. Actually, one thing did happen, which is a GP surgery,
Oh no, I heard
general
about that.
practitioner surgery, down the road from my house, which is about 20 minutes away. Had to get shut down for 2 days because they got a outbreak of the coronavirus, which is always fun to hear.
Christ.
And maybe it wasn't a good idea for me to go watch a movie in a cinema in the same area, but I haven't shown any symptoms as of yet. But jury's
Doesn't
still
show
out on that.
symptoms for the first 2 weeks, my dude.
Oh, anyway, what have you been up to?
Same sort of shit really as you. So I'm working as in a hospital, one of the big like London hospitals, construction and whatnot, and we had another corona patient. So I'm shitting myself every day going to work. But other than that, I've been playing some Sekiro. I didn't like that game, or not didn't like it. I found it really hard, so I just tended to be like, oh, I can't be able to play this. I'm too scared, but I'm enjoying it now. So yeah, Sekiro's great. And then there's I'm playing some Yakuza on PC. You definitely need to get into that series. Better than GTA. But anyway, that's pretty much me working, playing games. Didn't go uni on Friday. Felt good about that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's all good.
All right, well, let's get on to the main reason why you clicked on this video, guys. This week, a very controversial, I will say, movie was
Mm-hmm.
released, even though the movie itself wasn't very controversial. It's the build up to the movie that was a controversial thing. But yeah, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out, and me and Rafi have both had a chance to see it, so we're gonna let you
Yep.
know our thoughts on that. So, I think I'll probably go first,
Yeah, go on.
and I'm gonna be honest. My expectations for this movie were below hell. Right? Like I did not expect it. I expected this movie to be bad. It's not that I didn't expect it to be good. I expected it to be bad. And I have to say, I am very, very happy to be proven wrong on this occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Because, quite frankly, this movie was such a joy to watch for me personally. Like, it
Yep.
was so ridiculously charming, and I just did not expect it to be like that. Like, I genuinely thought that this movie was going to be like a sort of cash grab to try and target the heartstrings of Sonic the Hedgehog fans. But no, it was actually really, really, really enjoyable. And again, I'm saying this as someone who's I'm not a die-hard Sonic fan, but I'm an avid Sonic fan. I've played all the essential games, Sonic Generations, Sonic Heroes. I had that on PC. Love the theme for that. Um,
Sonic Hero. Oh, I love that.
yeah, it's great. It's great. Um, I played the demo for Sonic Adventure 2, which was the City
I'm
Escape.
not a fan of the adventure games, to be fair.
Really?
Find them pretty boring, yeah, in my opinion.
Well,
I mean,
they
I
are
can see why people like them, but
they are pretty old. I will say that much. But
yeah,
yeah, I played the
Dreamcast, yeah.
demo on Xbox 360 Arcade. But you know that being said, the movie
No
itself.
Sonic R.
Sorry.
Sonic R. You never played that?
No, 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 no. Again, I've played
Basically, Sonic's version of Mario Kart before Transform, and it was terrible.
no, but I've
Very
played
bad game.
I've played all the like side scroller Sonic games, but
The
like
Genesis ones, yeah. Mega
yeah,
Drive,
because
sorry.
they're available to play on like flash game websites. I remember playing those as a kid, you know. But yeah, as someone who was has some sort of knowledge of Sonic the Hedgehog, I was not offended by this movie. I was pleasantly
Nope.
surprised. I really enjoyed it. Now, we probably won't be talking any spoilers on this one as much as I'd like to, but personally,
Mm.
yeah, a lot of the movie was great. If I'm being honest. So, Sonic the Hedgehog was voiced by I think Ben Schwartz from if you guys have ever seen Parks and Rec. Can't remember the name of the character he played on it, but I remember he was quite funny on that. Um, he basically he owned that role. Like everything about him just sounded like Sonic. Like maybe it's because he just has a naturally high pitched voice, so it's sort of accustomed to that sort of character. Because he plays a thing, he plays Huey on the DuckTales reboot, which I haven't watched, but you know I've seen
Huh.
some of the clips. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can buy this. But yeah, he captures the attitude of Sonic really, really well. You know, his cockiness, his brashness. Oh, the sense you get a great sense of Sonic's speed in this movie. Like you realize, like, yeah, this guy is fast, and like there is a scene in this movie which is very similar to a scene in another movie involving a super fast character. Hint, hint.
It's done better than this, in my opinion.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Where you really, really, really do get a sense of how fast this guy really is, and you're like, okay, I really don't want to mess with him, and you get a sense of okay, but how the hell does anybody pose a challenge to him? And then it comes to the main villain, the villain of the movie, Doctor Robotnik, played absolutely perfectly and masterfully by Jim Carrey. This
Mhm.
was a Jim Carrey performance. This was a Jim Carrey performance that we have not seen since like The Mask or like Ace Ventura. Basically, this is mid 90s Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
and
Wacky,
not in like
wacky
a
person.
not in a sort of clutching at straws trying to relive the glory days kind of way. This was Jim Carrey being allowed to go full Jim Carrey in a role written for Jim Carrey, and oh my god, he's so cartoony, he's so zany, so over the top that it shouldn't work, but it does. Dr. Robotnik is not a zany, wacky, over the top character. Generally speaking, he's actually quite a serious character. You know, he's a.
Uh, Depends, but yeah, okay, go on.
Okay, I'm basing it off of Sonic X, the animated series,
In
which
the
is
games, he's a bit more, yeah, a bit more zany, but not like Jim Carrey zany. But
yeah,
yeah,
he's
go on.
not that level of cartoony. Obviously, he's as cartoony as a '90s video game character can get, but generally speaking, you know, he's somewhat serious. You know, he has a sense of gravitas. I want to say to him. I don't know if I use that word right, but yeah, this is a Jim Carrey character. Like this, he was the best part of the movie. Him and Ben as Sonic were the best parts of the movie. They are standouts, and
Yeah.
even the non-related human characters didn't piss me off. I'm like you know how in the Transformers movies or the Ninja Turtle movies, which I quite like the second one. I'm not gonna lie,
But Out of
TMNT.
Shadows.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that
Yeah, I like that movie. Yeah.
because it focused more on the turtles. But yeah, even the human characters didn't offend me. I wasn't thinking, okay, why are you on screen? Like they added a level of heart to the movie. And if you had told
Didn't
me
feel cheesy. Yeah.
8 months ago that this movie had heart, I'd be like, shut up. Give me some of whatever you're smoking right now. Okay, there is no way this movie. Like I would have been convinced that this movie is nothing but a corporate cash grab, mainly because of that first design of Sonic. And you know what? I'm so glad that they redesigned him because that design would not have worked. That initial one would not have worked because the thing is,
It looked too
it
realistic.
looked
That's the
too
thing.
realistic, and I'm like, that's no, no,
It looked
no.
like a dude wearing a Sonic costume,
He,
like a really like this well-made Sonic costume, but it just doesn't
he
work.
looked like Rocket Raccoon's autistic cousin. That's the only way I can really put it.
If Rocket Raccoon like fucked the Smurf, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh why? No. Oh god. No, no, no. Oh god. I hate you for
Smurfs.
that. I actually hate you for that. But yeah, generally speaking, it's a fun movie.
Mm.
Very clearly made for kids.
Yeah.
And I was watching it in an audience filled with kids, and they were cracking up at all the jokes. Obviously, there's going to be the silly fart jokes, easy jokes to make for kids. But even those, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of landed a little bit for me. So I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, okay, I see where you're going with this. I quite like this. But everything, I can't really think of many negatives in the movie. I mean, aside from again being too kid friendly, but again, it's a kids movie. You
It's
can't.
yeah, it's aimed for
It's
kids. You
aimed for
can't really
kids.
complain at that.
Yeah. So again, I enjoyed it. I definitely would like to see a sequel. See where they go with it. I
No,
walked out of
100%.
it.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think I like it as much as I like Detective Pikachu, but I adored Detective Pikachu with all my heart. That was such.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Really? Oh,
Nah.
you're missing out. Detective Pikachu is such a nice. I don't know the word. Heartfelt. What's the word? I don't know all the words, but it's
Just a
just
feel good
it's
movie.
a feel good movie. And the irony of Detective Pikachu being a feel good movie is that the trailer for the Detective Pikachu came out on the same day that Stan Lee died.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like, oh, I read the news that he died. I got bass upset. Then I saw the Detective Pikachu trailer. I'm like, oh, you know what? This actually lifted me up a bit. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, I would say, whilst not a great movie, not a terrible movie, not a typical superhero, not a typical video game movie where it's like, okay, it's very clearly going to be bad. No, this I was expecting it to be horrible, and it just wasn't. I'm gonna be honest, it just wasn't. So I would say, yeah, definitely go watch it. Definitely worth watching. Like you're not doing yourself any favors by watching it, but I'd say you would be missing out on a little bit if you don't. But primarily if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, definitely go watch it. I would
Yeah.
give score. I would give 7.5 out of 10.
Solid 7.
Yeah, solid 7. So what about you? What about you? What do you think of it?
Yeah, so I just saw it today and I fucking loved the movie. So I want to sound like a huge Sonic fan. I'm always making sure I'm aware of the new games and whatnot. Like I played Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, which is an amazing game. But so yeah, my Sonic knowledge is a bit up there. Spent enough time on YouTube watching retro Sonic vids, but this movie, I didn't. Yeah, as you said, like you expect it to be bad. I like when you hear all the news regarding the movie before it came out, like the bad Sonic design and whatnot. I was like, yeah, this is gonna suck. Like,
Yeah.
how are you making Sonic's legs look that muscly? Like, yeah, he runs, but he's not a
He
fucking
definitely did
Olympic
not skip
runner.
leg day.
Yeah, exactly. But as soon as more news came out of the film, like the Jim Carrey casting, I got a bit more excited. 'Cause I was thinking, Jim Carrey's he can fit the role of Eggman so perfectly. Because like in the later games, Eggman's a bit more over the top and whatnot, and Jim Carrey's known for the over the top roles. And then what gave me the most hope about this movie was when the studio, of course, changed the design.
Yeah,
The fact that basically the internet got that angry, like,
I
no, fuck
really
you,
like
change this
that they
shit.
did that because they didn't have to do that, but they're like, no,
Yeah, they didn't have to do that. They
they,
did that because the fans asked them to in a not so nice way. But
yeah.
we got shit
I
done.
wouldn't even say it was not so nice. They bullied them into doing that. Let's face it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was the thing that needed to be done because the original Sonic design was terrible. But yeah, after they did that, I didn't expect the film to be bad after doing that because that to me showed them that the makers had like a some sort of passion that they wanted this to be good.
Hmm.
It's like you can't just get Jim Carrey nowadays. Like that guy's probably quite expensive. So the fact that they got him in it was pretty cool. Then so yeah, actually watching the film. So like you have you seen the Smurf movies?
Yes.
So you know how they do that thing where the Smurfs get teleported into the dimension and now they have to
Yeah.
blah
Oh, the
blah blah
Smurfs are in New
get
York.
out.
Why? I don't know why they're in New York, but they're in New York.
That's what I thought the Sonic movie was gonna go for, like that type of vibe. Like, oh, he got somehow ended up in Earth and now he has to escape and go back to Green Hill Zone, which they sort of did, but the way they did it in this movie was done really well.
Hmm.
I feel, and the way as you said it, I was like, it's a really heartfelt movie, especially like Sonic and the human character. I forget his name, Tom was it?
Tom,
Or
yeah, played
yeah,
by James Marsden, who
Cyclops wasn't
yeah, he was Cyclops.
he?
He served his purpose really well.
He was in Superman Returns, wasn't he as well?
Yes, I think he
Forget about
played
that.
Jimmy Olsen or something
Was
like
it
that.
Jimmy Olsen in that?
I think he was Jimmy Olsen. I can't remember. I haven't watched that
Wasn't he
movie in
like he
like
was with Lois Lane or something?
I
But
can't
anyway,
remember. I can't remember that.
sidetracking.
I haven't watched it in like 11
Came
years.
out on my birthday on that year, so. But anyway, so with the film, yes, so Ben Schwartz he did Sonic really well. Like if you ever played Generations or Sonic Heroes, like it sounds like that's the same dude. Like he's got that attitude with him, which is what Sonic needed to have. That like I don't give a shit attitude.
Yeah.
And then uh, all the stuff about like the speed, as you said, that scene in the bar. I won't say anything else, but
Yeah, the
that
bar
was an
scene.
amazing scene. I was like. just smiling when I was like, "Yo, I know it's straight up copying from the other movie, but this one
Yeah.
does it way better."
It's plagiarism. Like if you put
Yeah,
that and turn
it's.
it in, you get 120% back. Like that's
I prefer this one rather than the other movies. But
yeah. I think I do as well.
another thing I loved about this movie, like even though it was a kids film, there were some good laughs here and there. But what I loved the most was all the references they did.
Yeah,
It's like when they went to the bar. I'll just say slight stuff about things. Like when they asked for like food, and he didn't ask for chili dogs. I was like, what the hell?
yeah.
They
And
could have
then
just said eat chili dogs, and they go back to the hotel. Like, I think I ate something called chili dogs. Like,
I was like,
yeah,
yeah, chili dogs.
making all the slight reference.
Because
That's another thing about this film. I
that's his
love how
snack,
it
bro. That's his food. It's like Scooby has Scooby snacks.
he has chili
He
dogs.
has chili dogs.
Another thing I liked about this movie is how, minus the flossing, but I like how they implemented like stuff from the actual world, like the Fast and Furious reference.
Yeah,
That fucking cracked me up.
I loved, and this isn't a spoiler because he put it in the trailer. The whole thing of him reading Flash comics. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
great.
was pretty cool. All the references and stuff. It's like you can, if you're a kid, you'll appreciate it because like it's a kids film. But if you're an adult like us, you'll appreciate it, or young adult, you'll appreciate it because of the references it brings back and that it does the character like it doesn't
It does
make
the
Sonic
character
worse.
justice. Like it
Yeah,
does the
exactly.
character justice. I'll be honest.
It's
Uh,
definitely the best video game movie I've seen. There's barely any good ones.
yeah, the bar's
I
not
think
very high on that, but
I think the only good ones we've seen had are like the '90s Mortal Kombat, the first one, maybe Lara Croft.
no,
But then
no,
those
that
are like,
the latest I think Tomb Raider movie, Lara Croft. I don't know. I can't remember what it was called, but
yeah, I haven't seen that.
I think it was possible. You know.
Mm. There was the Warcraft movie as well, which I was really excited for. I'm a big Warcraft fan.
So yeah, I didn't
That
watch
was
that. Apparently, it got like mixed reviews at
it
best.
was okay. So yeah, the bar's not really that high when it comes to video game movies, but Sonic's the way to do a video game movie right.
Yeah,
The way it did it was perfect.
yeah, and
It did what it set out to do, please the kids and please the well, so I'm hoping it pleased the fans of the Sonic franchise.
yeah, and I will say there was one slight missed opportunity, if you ask me,
What's that?
which was a thing. You know the scene in San Francisco,
Yes.
right? Again, this isn't something that they had to do. This is something that I would have liked them to do,
Yep.
just to sort of tip the hat to the fans a little bit more. And whereas,
Mhm.
like when he's, this is in the trailer, so not really a spoiler. Like when he's getting chased by Robotnik in San Francisco,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they should have like changed the camera angle to pan behind Sonic, so that
Oh, okay. So it's like the
so it's like
special,
City
like
Escape,
yeah,
and then
or
like
like down, like in Sonic Adventure 2, when you go like I can't remember what the song is. In Sonic Adventure 1, sorry, when you literally just go down the steep road.
and
That would have
that
been so
and
sick.
grinding on the rails. I would have
Yeah,
loved
that would have been fucking
that would have
cool.
been great, and if they somehow managed to get a way to play, the City Escape theme, that would have just been great. The rolling
That hard
around
bass
at the
line.
speed. Yeah, love that song. Such a great song.
One thing I also liked about this film as well was like the subtle video game references, like
Yeah,
hearing the piano of Green Hill Zone. The ring, like the way they incorporated the rings in the film was pretty good. It's like, of
I
course,
thought
in the games,
I
it's his
thought it was
health bar.
genius.
It's like using it as like a isekai portal shit was cool.
Yeah,
But like, when he falls down and you hear the rings make the noise from the enemies, like like
and
when
yeah,
you
and they fall out of his bag and stuff. I'm
yeah, and
like,
he
yeah,
just picks them up, and
I love that.
especially at the beginning of the movie, when the Paramount logo's there, and it's just the
And it's just the
coins rather than the
rings.
stars. I mean, not the coins, the rings. Holy shit, it's blasphemy. But yeah, that was I love the like little reference they had there. It was fucking good.
Oh, and thing. All I'm gonna say, okay, is one of my favorite references in the entire movie, the Mushroom Planet.
What was that reference to? Is that
Really,
one of the areas in Thing?
dude? What
I'm
big
bugging.
name video game?
Oh my god! I thought that's no, because that's one of the areas in the games. That's what I thought it was a reference to. Holy shit! Is that a shot? God damn!
Think-
I did
Pretty
not
sure, pretty
expect
sure it was a shot.
Mario vs Sonic beef in 2020.
Watch them. You know what? Just to have like a video game cinematic universe or something,
Universe.
and rather, and they build up to like I don't know some big video game, Super Smash Brothers the movie.
Yeah, Super Smash Bros.
Wait, no. make a Super Mario movie, and then in 2024, right, you have a Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games movie.
Good enough
Nintendo,
for this shit because it's
Sega,
Japan.
just sign me up right now, okay? This is free
Oh,
money. I'm printing money for you.
I've just got two more things to say. So my score of the film probably be a solid 8. Really enjoyed the film.
Wow.
Did not expect to like it that much. I mean, I didn't think the film was gonna be bad. I think it was gonna be just passable and good. But I was really impressed. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, so I've been playing the Yakuza games, and so they had this Sega opening thing, the
Yeah.
title. I saw Kiryu from my Yakuza. I was like, holy shit, Kiryu's in Sonic, even though he technically wasn't. I was just happy to see that. So that got me actually interested. They've got like a Sega cinematic universe hopefully coming up. Let's hope.
The Sega scenes. Sega
There's already been a Yakuza movie, so
has
I don't mind for
well, I
another
mean,
one.
has there?
Yeah, Yakuza movie back in 2004, I believe. Oh no,
Oh, like, let me
it
guess.
was,
It was
it was quite an
Japan
old movie.
exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Didn't
and they
get
had a stage play.
didn't get ported over.
Nope, I need to watch it though because I fucking love the Yakuza franchise. But yeah, Sonic. That was a very surprisingly good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Very awesome.
Yeah, like I think I might watch it again. Jury's still out on that, but
Mm,
I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it
yeah.
a lot more than I expected to, and that's a
Mm,
good thing. That's a very good thing. But yeah,
yeah.
so that's our thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. I think everyone should go watch it. Can't,
Yeah, hundred
if you
percent.
told me last week that I'd be saying this, I'd have been like, "No, you're lying. I'll never recommend a piece of shit movie like that." But no, it's not a piece of shit movie. It's actually really good.
If you're a video game fan, you owe it to yourself to go watch it.
Yeah. But anyway, our next piece, well,
Big one.
big, very big piece of news this week
Dun, 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 dun,
regarding
dun,
the
dun,
comic
dun.
book movie side of things, which is so there's been a reveal for Robert Pattinson's Batman, his bat suit, and you know what?
Matt Reeves.
It looks dope. Like
So yeah, from
this,
what we can see, I fucking like it so far.
bro, this looks like really tactical and like the thing, the bat logo.
This is like the whole thing about his
It's
parents'
it's made
gun or
from the
something.
apparently it's made from the gun that killed his parents. I'm like, yo,
That,
that's
that's
some deep
dark.
shit. Like this movie. I'm really looking for. The more I hear about this movie, the more I'm looking forward to it because
I kept seeing on Twitter where people were saying this is Daredevil
I
because
mean
you don't see the
from a
horns of
certain
the
angle
cows.
in the red lighting, it does
Yeah,
kind of look like Daredevil.
yeah.
But that aside, this suit gives me such Arkham Origins vibes. And
Origins.
Arkham Origins, yeah.
I'll say
I
Arkham
really
Knight.
enjoyed that game. I know a lot
Oh
of
yeah, I
people.
love the Origins. I love the Origins.
Origins was great. Like I loved.
Bit short, but
Yeah,
the Deathstroke fight made for it.
the Deathstroke fight was pretty cool. I like the multiplayer aspect that they had. I really would have
Oh,
liked if
the
that was in
the
Night.
4v2 thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
and oh yeah, and the fact that they have so many villains already cast for this movie, which is
Who have they got so far?
so they've got Catwoman, they've
Oh, yeah,
got
you got what's
um
the thing? Zoe Kravitz playing her, isn't
so
it?
yeah, Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman. They've got the Riddler, they've got so what's good? They've got Colin Farrell
Penguin?
playing the Penguin.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome. Colin Farrell's he's a legend.
Yeah, he's really great, but obviously not a traditional Penguin.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
But I don't mind that. I want to see where they're going. I know they had another villain. I think it was one of the mob bosses. I think it's Falcone. Something. I think they had someone cast as Falcone.
Falcone.
But I'm not.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that. But
The thing about this suit, which interested me a lot, is yeah, as you said, the tactical. Like it looks to me like I say, it looks a bit more like the Arkham Knight suit, like the whole metallic.
hmm.
Like the breastplate on it doesn't look like shitty silicon around his
Yeah, it
pecs.
doesn't just
It
look like
looks
freaking.
like this will be bulletproof. You cannot fucking kill me. It looks like that.
Yeah.
And the cow, I noticed the collar on it as well, which looked pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I was like, it's a weird looking cow because of the collar, but I think it'll work.
I will
So I
see.
just want to see. I really want to see the horns.
Oh, have you not seen the picture with like the ears? The ears look
Is
great.
there a full pic?
There is.
Yeah, I need to search it up right now. Let me look at that.
I think yeah. You just check on Twitter and you'll see it. I will say the jawline looks a bit awkward, but that may also have just been the angle of the picture. Because like, but aside from that, this suit looks dope. Like this movie's looking really really great. Because apparently they're actually one thing that I've heard about this movie that they're finally doing with Batman that none of the other movies have really done. I mean, the Nolan movies sort of attempted at doing it, but didn't really capture it. Which was this is going to be a detective movie, not so much a crime drama, but a detective movie where Batman's actually actively trying to solve a mystery.
Oh, I've always wanted something like that.
So I'm like, yes,
Make it like an actual comic book rather than just villain there, bad.
yeah, please, yes, finally make it a movie where Batman gets to be the world's greatest detective. Show us how he earned that moniker, that nickname, you know. So,
Oh, where is the thing, by the way? I can't find it online.
hold on a second. Let me. Oh, I'll show you later. I'll show you
Yeah,
later.
no worries. Yeah, I see
Um,
some photoshops that look pretty cool. I'm really hoping for like short horns. Not gonna lie.
no, I mean they look. I think they're a decent size. They're not like the Batfleck ones where they're like really really stubby,
Mm.
but they're also not like super pointy like the which is it the first Nolan suit had quite no it's not the first Nolan suit, sorry, the Tim Keaton, the Michael Keaton suit was pretty pointy, so
Tim Burton. Yeah, Tim Keaton. Yeah, the Keaton suit is probably one of my favorites from the movies.
it's very iconic. But
Hmm.
although the one thing I will say that the newer bat suits, this one included, haven't really captured very well that the second Nolan suit did, which was how the hell is he gonna move his neck around in the suit? It's like this.
Yeah, it's true.
This is one of them ones where he's like he has to lift his shoulders, then turn.
You
And
literally like pick up his cow, turn it around a bit, then look around. Yeah, I noticed if you watch like Justice League or Batman vs Superman, whenever Ben Affleck turns around, he moves his whole body. He never moves just his neck. He's
yeah,
like, huh,
because
huh.
you can't because it's so stiff, and you're like, yeah, but to make it look accurate, you kind of have to sacrifice that
Mm.
level of mobility. So like he must
They're
walk out
giving him a
of that
collar for this
set
movie.
with like the most stiffest neck. Like he must have to have gone chiropractors every single day. Like I'm getting a stiff neck just thinking about it. That also maybe because I'm sitting really awkwardly.
No, the suit. I want to see a full pick. Once I see the full pick, I can make a full like decision. But so far, it looks fucking dope. The
Yeah.
whole armored vibe it's giving me. Yeah, can't wait to see how Robert Pattinson. Because Robert Pattinson, his acting other than Twilight, it's actually pretty fucking good. I don't
Yeah.
know if you
No.
see the movie Lighthouse. That was an amazing movie.
Yeah. No. One thing um about Robert Pattinson, thing I really liked about him, not in Twilight, but in the interviews for Twilight, he basically was saying, "Yeah, I don't know why you guys are lining up to watch these movies.
This
They're
movie is fucking dog shit. I'm getting
very
paid
clearly
big
very
dollar.
poorly made," and he's like, he's not afraid to say that. I'm like, yeah, I know, I respect that. I respect that.
He's very. He takes a lot into his art,
Yeah,
method acting and whatnot. So yeah,
and so like all the independent movies that he's been doing recently, they've been showing that he's really been like
he's a
upping
good
his
actor.
game in terms of acting. I still need to see The Lighthouse. Apparently, it's really dodgy.
Mm. It's a bit weird in some points, but the acting in it from Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, Oscar worthy, really fucking good. But yeah, Batman camera test this week was fucking dope.
Yeah, and
Really
again,
surprising as well. I did not expect it
yeah,
to
no,
just drop like that.
because like the filming for the movie only just started like two
Mm.
weeks ago. Because it's
Mm.
like didn't expect them to have the bat suit ready this
Yeah.
soon. Like, because usually with um, the other Batman movies, or the other movies involving Batman, at least, you know, all the Bruce Wayne scenes are usually filmed first, and all
Yeah, it
the
usually
Batman
takes quite
scenes,
some time for them to show that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and finalizing the design for the bat suit, like they must have had this ready, like from the get, like from the second Matt Reeves was signed on as director 3 damn years ago.
Do you reckon Robert Pattinson fucking he's method acting for this? So he's going around at night time, fucking being a vigilante, like, oi, what the fuck is this?
I wouldn't put it past him. I'm being honest. I would not put it past him.
If Jared Leto was Batman, he would definitely been doing
Bro, I'm pretty sure if Jared Leto was Batman, he would have broken like four people's necks.
that at his own concerts.
Yeah, like Jared Leto's just next level when it comes to method
Mm.
acting. He takes it a bit too far, I would say.
Joker was
You
on,
know,
yeah,
sending
was the
used
biggest case
condoms
there.
and dead rats is like, dial it down a little bit, mate. Like, have some respect for your fellow actors.
But he's Jared Leto. He won an Oscar. Anyway, that was the Batman camera test.
But yeah,
That's pretty
again, and it
dope.
was just a camera test. It wasn't a trailer. It wasn't a bloody
Mm,
poster. It was
yeah,
just a little camera test, and it's gotten so many people excited. So yeah, I'm ready for this movie. I can't wait to see more. I think Robert
yeah.
Pattinson's going to do a great job.
Hmm.
I've reserved on Matt Reeves. Granted, he did do really good with the I think Planet of the Apes trilogy, so I have expectations, but I'll temper them because obviously, I'm still in the whole Nolan Batman mode. I'm like, nothing is ever gonna like.
I feel like Matt Reeves will do a good
I
job.
think I think he'll do a good job. But yeah, staying on the topic of Batman, so
Sort of, yeah.
sort of yeah. So the Joker movie. I don't know if you guys have
Oscar
seen that.
week.
You guys have probably seen that. So
My favorite comic book movie.
Mr. Joaquin Phoenix,
Mr. Joan Quinn.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joan Quinn Phoenix.
My guy just went and as you do, just casually won the damn Oscar for best. Was it best actor?
Yep, best
Be-
actor in a
Best
leading role.
actor in a leading role for playing the
Second
Joker.
time
That's the
Joker's
second
won.
time the Joker has someone playing the character of the Joker
No,
has
no,
won
no.
an
The second
Oscar.
time the Joker won the Oscar. There
Yeah,
you go.
second time the Joker won the Oscar, which what, well deserved, well deserved.
Yeah. If it was anyone else, I would. Actually, I don't know if you've seen Marriage Story. Adam Driver was pretty good in that.
I've
He
seen
was
one.
really.
See, thing is, I've
You
heard a
seen
lot of
the
good
the
things.
argument
I've
clip?
seen the argument scene. I'm like, okay, this is a bit weird, but I can't judge the whole movie based on one scene out of
It was
context.
like probably my second favorite movie of last year. First being Joker, second being Marriage Story, third being Parasite. But
Which
yeah, I was really happy that Joaquin Phoenix won because if he didn't, it would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, because he's been snubbed before for so many Oscars. I don't know if you've seen the movie it came out called Walk the Line. It was a Johnny Cash documentary,
no, I've
and
not
that
seen.
was Joaquin Phoenix was amazing in that. And yeah, he didn't win it. A couple of times that's how he's been snubbed, but I was
Oh,
really
so
happy that
it's like all the times
it's
DiCaprio got snubbed.
yeah. Oh, that DiCaprio meme died. It was sad, but
That's the one downside of him finally winning the Oscar which was
the
the
meme died.
meme, the meme of but DiCaprio ain't gonna win it. You know, like all the memes of people, showing the level DiCaprio would go to win the Oscar. It's like, oh, killing everybody else who makes a movie so that the movie doesn't get to be made just so he can win by default.
Just destroy everyone. One thing I find funny about Joaquin getting the Oscar for a comic book movie, Martin Scorsese, you heard his comments about how comic book movies are
Art
like
real
theme
cinema, yeah,
parks.
fuck you, mine.
His movie, The Irishman, didn't win anything.
Yeah,
It did not
that
win any,
that
which
must.
had me sad because I love that movie, but fuck you,
But
he
at the
didn't
same
get
time,
anything.
that must have been so rubbing salt in the wound.
Bro, imagine saying that and then a comic book movie wins like best soundtrack and best actor.
Did he win
It's
best
like
soundtrack as well?
I think they won best original score. They got two Oscars, best actor and best original score,
Nice, nice,
which is
nice.
just funny. It's like imagine you got this big lead, you got this big cast of Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, all these like big name
Legendary
Hollywood actors,
actors like these
and
these
then some
guys,
other this comic book movie just has Joaquin Phoenix, which hasn't won an Oscar at all,
and
and
it's
then
got a
boom,
scene of him just dancing on the stairs like a
dancing
freaking
like a
retard.
fucking retard, and
Although
like
granted, Robert De Niro was also in that movie.
oh shit, I forget. You think this is funny, don't you? You think this is funny, killing three young boys. Yeah, I love that. I like that more. If there's more comic book movies like Joker, then the comic book industry's heading to a better place than it already is.
Yeah,
If the Batman has this Jokery, like dark, moody thriller vibe, then boy, is it going to be a good film.
yeah. Again, I'm really hoping for a good detective story with the Batman. But
Hmm.
aside from that, generally speaking, I think Joaquin Phoenix Joaquin Phoenix,
Joanne Quinn.
Joaquin Phoenix, winning the Oscar for Best Leading Actor for Joker. Yeah, I'm
Well
okay with
deserved.
that. I'm okay
Well
with that.
deserved.
Okay, so moving on
If
from
anyone
that.
else, would be Adam Driver. But yeah. Oh, big game news. Big game news.
Moving on from that, let's go into our gaming news for the week. So the first main story, and again, this is sort of keeping on the topic of
Comic booky vibes.
comic book side, which is the Square Enix Avengers game released a
Crystal
trailer this week.
Dynamics.
A new trailer, finally some new gameplay, and you know what? It's weird with this game because I'm excited for the game, but every time they get my excitement up for the game, they do something to kill it. But this trailer, I will say, did get me back up to that level of excitement I had. Like,
Trailer's fucking dope. Yeah.
it was dope. Like, the gameplay looks really good. Like really fucking good.
What I noticed about the game is especially the combat. It looks to be taking like like the God of War slash Dark. I would say as much Dark Souls, but like the whole third person camera melee combat. Like especially the scene with Thor.
Hmm.
Like I was just getting the maddest God of War
Well,
vibes
I
looking at
mean,
that.
it makes sense. The guy who did the combat for God of War is the
Is
combat
he working
designer for
on?
this.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's news to me. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. It looks heavily inspired by God of War. So
So I have
I feel like the
I have no qualms or doubts about how good the gameplay is going to be because the gameplay looks solid, right?
the only thing about the gameplay is I heard it's gonna be like a Destiny style like looter grind game.
Yeah, they said it's a game.
That
It's a game as a service because they want people to try and play it for like years and years and years.
that's the only issue I have. I do
Yeah,
not want another
that's
one
the
of those
issue I have.
games.
I was hoping it'd be more like Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
PS4.
Yeah, just one single set story. You finish it, done. Play it multiple times if you want.
Yeah.
The whole games as a service thing to me, it's like Destiny's okay. Like I'm a huge Destiny player before. Like I forgot like
Oh yeah,
we got like
I know.
more
For that,
1,500 hours.
for those of you guys who don't know, Rafi and yeah, Rafi's a very good friend of my older brother. Right, that's how I know the guy. Him,
Yeah,
his friend Clevis, my brother Yassine, and a bunch of those like them lot from their college days.
big Destiny boys.
Bro, they used to like stay up to like 6 o'clock in the morning playing Destiny, like doing raids and stuff. Like, it was
Big,
ridiculous, man.
big Destiny boys. I got like 1,500 hours in the game. The thing is, I stopped playing that game because it doesn't fit my lifestyle anymore because I'm too busy with work and
Yeah.
whatnot. But then even that games as a service model just gets boring after a while. It's like you constantly need new content to keep you invested in the game, and that's like the main issue with those types of games. So I want to see how Avengers uses that games as a service style to make it seem like it's going to be worth paying for it because those games as a service styles you just get bored once there's nothing new to do. And I hope Avengers is going that way. I just hope it,
No, but
as you said, I wish it was in the Spider-Man way, but what can you do? We don't make the games; they do.
the thing about Avengers is that Square Enix has said is so not only are they going to do like frequent like gameplay updates, to add more
Yeah,
story
sandbox
elements
fixes
to
and
it,
whatnot. Yeah,
but they're also going to refresh and add more characters to the game
that's dope.
as a means of like mixing it up. So I'm hoping, and good thing is, all the DLC is aside from skins is going to be free.
Oh, yeah. So it's just cosmetic shit that costs.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with.
Also, I don't know if was there like a little graphics up boost because this trailer looked Iron Man's eyes still look a bit weird on the actual suit, but like the scenes of Thor and Black Widow, those
Oh yeah, no, there's been a graphics
the
boost and
graphics boost in this one
upgrade
looks much
since the
more.
E3 trailer.
To be honest, I didn't really have an issue with the E3 trailer at first. Like as long as the game was good, I don't give a shit about the graphics. But a lot of people thought otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it's because they were waiting so long for the reveal of the game, so and it just left everyone a bit flat because like they teased this game in the beginning of
2017.
January 2017 is when they released the
Yeah.
first teaser for this game, and
It's
at
just
the
literally just the logo. I was like, oh shit.
yeah,
Avengers game.
and at the end of that teaser, they said more information in 2018. They
Nothing.
they laid down that rule. Okay, nobody said for them to say give more information in 2018. They promised that to everybody. 2018 came, 2018 went. We heard nothing. Zilch, zippo. We all assumed that okay, around the time Infinity War came out, we would at least get a trailer for the game. No.
Mm.
Do you know the only update that we got for the game in 2018?
What was that?
That the game hadn't been cancelled. That the game was still being made. Because
It's reassurance we need.
because no, but to be honest, I guess I can understand why Marvel Games counts that as a thing, an update, because they have so many projects like in the early 2010s that they just scrapped, because they had a thing, they had an Avengers game planned for the PS3 and Xbox 360 around the first Avengers movie. Didn't go through with it. I think they had plans for like a sequel to those really bad MCU tie-in games. Didn't go through with it. I know they wanted to do more with Spider-Man prior to Spider-Man PS4, but they didn't go through with it, and luckily that was a good thing, because Spider-Man PS4 was great. I think they wanted to make a Hulk game for the longest time. Still have not heard, has not seen the light of day, that. But yeah, a lot. I think they also wanted to do an X-Men game, but again, didn't go through with it. So yeah, Marvel Games, unlike their cinematic universe counterparts, did not have the most success and track record of, making games. Not just making good games, but making games. So when this game was announced, and then a year later when we were supposed to get an update, they're like, oh, the game's still getting made. They thought because of their history that counts as an update, but we didn't really count that as an update. They're like, oh, we'll tell you more when we're ready. I'm like, okay, that's all well and good, but you told us you'd be ready in 2018. You didn't do that. Because like excitement levels for this game were at an all-time high between April of 2018 and May of 2019. Because between Infinity War and Endgame, that's when everybody wanted their fill of Marvel and Avengers content.
Yeah.
They didn't pull through with it. So, how the hell are we supposed to trust them?
Mm-hmm.
And then, E3 comes around, and they wait till the very, very, very end of their panel to show a trailer that has very minimal gameplay.
Yeah, it's just literally just. Oh, here's the trailer we should have released back in 2017.
Yeah, so like that again. I would have been fine with that trailer in 2018.
Oh yeah.
That would have been fine. You make me wait 2 years. I expect to see gameplay, character breakdowns, freaking walkthrough tutorials and that sort of shit. Like,
to be honest, that E3 was the E3 of FF7. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that's why so many people had problems with the trailer, with it just being a trailer, because we expected more. Granted, yes, we set those expectations really high when we shouldn't have, but we were like, okay, we expected something better from you guys, and you guys kind of let us down. But yeah, generally speaking, this trailer, I will say, this new one has got me back excited again. And they've released some images of new skins that they're going to be selling. Probably won't buy them, but some of them do look interesting to me. So I know there's one Hulk one. Like, this is supposed to be their legacy. They called it the Legacy pack, where they have like really old school designs from the really old comic book days, or like how they used to look back in like the 60s. And I just really like the way the Hulk looks, because like he's really, really vibrant green, and he's got his old purple trunks, and got his bowl cut hair. How he looked in like the first few chapters of Incredible Hulk. The first few issues, not chapters. It's not manga. But yeah, generally speaking, I really enjoyed that trailer. I think it's
I enjoyed the trailer a lot. I'm excited for the game.
I'm
not gonna play it when it comes out, unfortunately, but
yeah.
Cyberpunk is September's month.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Avengers is that it comes out like 2 weeks before Cyberpunk. But even that,
but it's the games as a service models.
Yeah.
So like week 2 comes out, and then it's like, oh, new content coming out on the September 17th. Oh wait, Cyberpunk's out that day. Oh shit, fuck, can't play anything.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn it, I have no time now. But yeah, that again, it wasn't really like there wasn't really much in the trailer, just some gameplay snippets, but a solid trailer. You know, it's actually showing new stuff rather than the same A-Day trailer over and over and over and over and over again. It's like that was getting old really, really fast.
Mm.
But yeah, that's it for that game.
Oh, the next one.
Next one, I don't really know much about. This is
How
Rafi's
big of
forte.
a Prince of Persia fan are you?
The movie, no. The games, no. Sands of Time is still one I go back and play regularly.
So, fucking hell, Prince of Persia games, fucking time. You got Sands of Time, Warrior Wind, Two Thrones, and then you had the reboot, which is alright, and then you had the return with Forgotten Sands. Prince of Persia games have all been fucking dank. I just hate that the Assassin's Creed franchise took over as Ubisoft's main thing because Prince of Persia is just fucking beautiful.
And then Tom Clancy.
But after waiting, I think the last Prince of Persia game was Forgotten Sands, which was in 2011. The 9 long years, we finally getting another Prince of Persia game. And I
9
was
years.
super fucking hyped hearing that news.
Jesus, man.
Then I found out what the actual game was, and it's a VR escape room type game.
Oh, what?
Yeah, a VR escape. I don't know how the fuck can you go from wall running, going back in time, killing shit, stabbing them with a dagger, to fucking let's escape this room, guys. It's like how the fuck do you go like that? That had me genuinely pissed off. It was like when in E3 last year, the Ubisoft thing, when on the mobile, they had some mobile apps, some Tom Clancy game, and they had fucking Sam Fisher. It's like, come on, just give us a Splinter Cell game, not a mobile shit. I feel like it's the same gimmick they're giving us here. It's Ubisoft as well, shit.
I don't
Ugh.
know. Why do these gaming companies never learn from the fact that people don't like the gimmicks? It's like,
Mm,
do you guys remember the Xbox Kinect?
Project Natal. I was so hyped for that. I was
I
like,
was
oh
so
shit.
excited for that, and then we got it, and it was so crap. Like, basically, my dad never would have bought me and my brother an Xbox 360 had it not been for the Kinect. And we got it, and I mean, granted, we were really young at the time. We were, I think, let's see, it was 2010 we got it, so we were 11 and 12 respectively. Me and my brother, like 11 and 12 respectively. And I mean, as a kid, we enjoyed it. It was like, oh, it's pretty cool, you know. But the
There's nothing to do with it
the more
once you're
we
done with playing the game.
the more we grew up, we realized, how restrictive the games were, and they were just not good.
Best fucking game on the Kinect was probably like Dance Central, and I don't even fucking like those games. Oh no, sorry, they had the Star Wars Kinect, and they had a dancing mode like Dance Central with Han Solo,
Oh, and they had the
and
stormtroopers and shit.
instead of it was that song I'm riding solo, riding I forget what it is, but they did like a Star Wars version.
Of or the
It's like
Jason
I'm
Derulo
feeling,
song.
yeah, I'm riding solo, I'm Han Solo. It's like yeah, it's not riding, so it's like I'm Han Solo, I'm Han Solo.
Well, I mean,
It's like
the Kinect came out what 2000 and yeah, late 2010. Star Wars
yeah,
Kinect came out in early 2011. Jason
and it was
Derulo's riding solo. Yeah, it makes sense. It was a big
it
song
was
at
what's
the
funny
time.
about this song was they adapted the lyrics to everything. It's like I'm feeling like a star. You can't stop my shine. I'm loving Cloud City. Oh, it was so fucking cringy, but it was basically a Dance Central clone, so the game actually worked fucking well. Ah, but yeah, the whole thing with gimmicks, I don't feel like making an escape from VR games a gimmick because like VR has its own little pops off. But why slap Prince of Persia on it? Like that's just gonna piss off the fan base because it's again I said like 9 years we've been waiting for a new Prince of Persia game, and you give us this. It's like you slap in our face, really. It's like give us a Prince of Persia. A lot of people want that style of gameplay, that classic hack and slash wall running puzzle solving gameplay.
Hey, you got that? It's called Assassin's Creed. Nah, I can't even finish that. I can't even.
Assassin's Creed is just copying Witcher nowadays. I was really hyped for Origins, the one in Egypt, and then I played it. I was like, this is just like crappy Dark Souls combat with RPG from Witcher. I don't know. Assassin's
I
Creed's
haven't
fallen
played
off.
those. I haven't played the latest Assassin's Creed ones, Origins or Odyssey. But because the thing is, right, the places they're set, ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. I'm like, that's not. Those aren't the places that made me fall in love with Assassin's Creed. You know?
I mean, I didn't mind the areas, but it just felt like the game itself. it just didn't feel like Assassin's Creed anymore.
Mm.
So I just didn't. Like, a lot of people really, those games are really like highly rated. Origins and Odyssey for going this more RPG approach and
Yeah, no, I
just,
get that.
it breathed new life into Assassin's Creed franchise, but they just don't feel like Assassin's Creed games anymore. Like I want my abusive counter button back. I don't actually do fights. You dumb.
Exactly. We don't attack. We just counter, counter,
We
counter,
just press
counter.
circle, circle, circle. That whole fight in Brotherhood, when I first did it against Cesare, the final boss, I was using a sword. I was like, why is it not working? Why can't my counters work? Change the double hidden blade. Okay, circle and circle, circle. Yeah, that's just why I want to talk about Prince of Persia because I fucking love that game franchise and I just hate
Okay.
seeing games not getting the treatment they deserve.
And Ubisoft, if you're listening, I don't think you are, but if you are, if anyone from Ubisoft is watching this video, okay, what are you doing?
Give me
Make
Rayman, give me Splinter Cell, give me Prince
Give
of
us a
Persia.
freaking Assassin's Creed game based in feudal Japan.
That too,
Like,
and not like make it like fucking Syndicate or Unity, like that style Assassin's Creed because I like those games.
you know, what as buggy as Unity was, I did like the setting of France.
I played it after the whole bug things, and the story wasn't amazing, but the parkour was so fucking good. It
Mm.
was so dope doing flips and shit.
And I
I feel like
loved I
if
loved
Unity
Syndicate.
was good,
Syndicate was so good.
oh yeah, going to King's Cross, like oh shit, I
I'm
live
like,
around
I
these
live here.
places.
I was like, oh, that's down the road from my
Oh
house.
shit, it's camp. Oh shit, we're in fucking Shadwell.
Yeah. Oh
Where's
my
the
god.
fish market at?
Oh, it's freaking Lambeth. I've never been to Lambeth in real life, so
Nah, those two Assassin's Creed games is where it's like, yes, they've done the Assassin's Creed formula right. Even though
yeah,
they might not be like the best in story and stuff, I was like, okay, this makes me feel like an assassin,
yeah.
whatever that means. I hate using that phrase, like, oh, makes you feel like Batman, makes you feel like Batman, but like, I can't really explain it anymore.
Yeah, no, but I did. There's a special place in my heart for Assassin's Creed Syndicate because I was done with the Assassin's Creed franchise after Assassin's Creed 4, right?
Black Flag.
And so then I think Assassin's Creed Rogue came, and I don't think anyone played Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Rogue's probably one of the better Assassin's Creeds, not gonna lie.
I think that one just kind of flew under everyone's radar.
It was because it was previous gen, but they remastered it, and I played the remastered version. I haven't completed it, but it's basically literally it's just opposite Assassin's Creed 4. You're a Templar, pirates try to invade you. It's pretty fucking, and it gives a lot of story for it. It's very essential to the American saga in Assassin's Creed. So yeah,
Fair enough. But
but
you
then
know,
yeah, that's
Syndicate was the one that got me back into Assassin's Creed, and then Origins and Odyssey kind of lost me again because I'm like, oh, don't really want to play. You know, it's like,
if I wanted to play an RPG, I'd play Final Fantasy or The Witcher. I don't
yeah,
want to play
like
Assassin's
I just
Creed.
want a game where I can like parkour around, and do some
And just
hidden
kill shit.
kills. You know,
Yeah.
I was, that's again one of the reasons why I want to do feudal Japan. Because I'm like, oh,
Play Sekiro.
I'm looking to do Sekiro, but it's
Play Sekiro.
looking kind of hard. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Anyway, next topic.
Next topic. Okay, so
PS5.
yeah, again, you lead on that because you know more about it than I do.
So PS5 news has been very scarce. I think the biggest thing we've had recently was at CES. They announced the PS5 logo, and everyone was like, "Holy shit,
And it's just
PS5 logo!" Ah! No, no one was like that. Everyone's like, okay. You just added.
it's
That's
just
like literally the only. We're getting some game announcements. There's this one game. It's called Godfall, I believe. It's like a Destiny type game, but instead of guns, it's melee weapon. And it looks fucking dope. But other than that, we're having. I look on the subreddit every day for PS4, and people are just speculating when's PS5 gonna do an announcement. When they're gonna do an announcement? You keep getting the leaked dev kits and whatnot. That disgusting V-looking dev kit. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that, but dev kits don't look like that. Or look like the fun product most of the time anyway. But then there was this thing that came out. It's news that the PS5 costs $450 to make. So if you think about it, they need to make a profit. So it'll probably be around so $450 like what $400 for UK, £400 sorry. So PS4 5 we're probably looking at what 450 quid, 500 quid. I think that's a reasonable price. Not gonna lie, like PS4 is quite cheap to be real. It's like even though you get no games, standard price was 350. So 450 isn't looking too bad of a price for PS5. What do you think about that?
I think my brother he got his PS4 and my one as well, really cheap price because he bought them broken
Oh yeah, and you fixed them,
and he
yeah.
fixed them up. So and it worked out way cheaper because I think he bought them both for £120 each,
Mm.
and then all the parts that he needed to fix it in total cost about £60, and that's for both of them, by the way.
Oh wait, 30 each basically.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So, but in total, he spent less than half the price of thing retail release PS4 on the
I
PS4.
I paid how much? I think I paid about almost 500 on PS4 because I bought it on launch. And I bought like the big bundle where you get like two controllers, Killzone, a camera, and then some extra games like FIFA and whatnot. And I was like
It's,
nearing 500 quid.
it's,
So
it's always FIFA, isn't it?
yeah, it's my brother bought that. But now since I'm older and I got my own money and stuff, I can buy the console by myself. So I'll get the proper games. But yeah, PS. You looking to get it day one?
Um, Probably not, cause I don't know if I'll have a job then, cause like obviously
Fair enough.
that's after I'll finish uni.
Straight after uni,
I'm
yeah.
hoping to go straight into the working world, but I doubt that will be the case. So I'll I'll hope if all goes well, I'll have a job by January. I don't know. Again, it really depends on how I do at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But you know, then maybe by Christmas or at least my birthday, I might get PS5. So definitely not on launch.
So I'm hoping to cop this straight from launch. It's always a nice thing when the new console comes out. Just that I always buy all my like game shit physically. I said this on the first podcast. So just going to the shop,
Mm.
giving you your receipt, getting the PS5, going home or whatever console, smelling all the packaging, that plastic smell, man, that can never be beaten.
Nah,
But yeah, also with the price, for 450, hopefully it's gonna have some beefy specs. I'm hoping for 120 FPS. I played Destiny 2 today on PS4 because one of my mates' PC can't run DS2 D2 on his laptop. Sorry, he just crashes. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll play on PS4, bro. It takes like 2 days to press to like go in the pause menu, and the FPS is like 30. I'm like, oh no. And I play FPSs with M&K the way they should be played, and like using a plastic nipple to control my gun is like, oh no, this feels bad. I don't want to do this. So I'm hoping PS5 has a bit more like versatility. I don't know, like plug in. You can plug in like a mouse keyboard into
did you just describe an analog stick as a
as a
plastic nipple?
plastic nipple. Yes, I do. That's why we get aim assist because we got a fucking plastic nipple to aim. We don't have a fucking mouse with good DPI or whatnot.
Nah, I've tried playing mouse and keyboard. I cannot for the life of me.
It,
I
it's all about practice.
I do not have enough hand-eye coordination to do that efficiently. Like for me, for me a joypad, you know,
I
perfectly.
mean, I think it depends on the game. If you're playing a third-person game, you always go with a joypad controller. But if you're playing a first-person game, if you're not using mouse and keyboard on a platform where mouse and keyboard is one of the options, what are you doing? You're just putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I hope PS5 has like the like you can plug in mouse and keyboard onto PS4. But I hope PS5 has that feature like built in for like all games. Because if I can play mouse and keyboard on PS5, I'll go for mouse and keyboard. I like my hotkeys and macros and whatnot. So yeah, PS5 $450 to make. Hopefully means it's gonna be around £450 for us.
Yeah, if that's the
That
case, I mean that's calm. That's fine by me, to be honest.
then again, that's probably just gonna be for the console. You're probably gonna pay like an extra 100 quid for games.
Oh, the game. Oh, that's the thing. The games are going to be really expensive, aren't they?
Probably be like same price, like 60 quid.
Mm.
I don't see them going over higher. Well, but
Um,
there's the thing about PS5 being backwards compatible. So if you've got no games, hell, just play some
yeah,
old games.
just play some old games.
I've got a fucking huge backlog of games that I haven't finished yet, like fucking Final Fantasy 15 and Code Vein and whatnot. So I can just
And
throw those in and play that.
that's one thing I like about the whole thing of. I think even the new Xbox is doing that as well, where they're backwards compatible with all the older consoles.
Xbox One S, yeah, it does. Some games, if they are like, if Xbox has added them to the library, you just put the disc in and Xbox will download it.
Mm.
Which is a fucking Xbox is doing good with like their whole game service sort of stuff. like Game Pass, like that's fucking good. It's a fucking
Oh,
cheap deal. It's like
it
£1 for 3 months. And you get a bunch of games.
it's funny to think about that because like when you remember when the Xbox One was first announced and they
It was
had
a media device.
that I don't know what came over them. They had that stupid, idiotic, thing, idea of, oh, once you buy a game and you install the disc of that game, that's it. It's yours. You can't loan it to a friend. It's registered to your console.
Oh, how DRM.
Which, which, like, it got them so much flack. Rightfully so, because what the hell were they thinking?
Do you remember the Sony thing, how to share games on PS4? It's
Yeah, it's
just
like take.
Shuhei Yoshida and Adam Boyce being like, here's how to share games. Gives it his hand. Thanks. That's the video.
That was the biggest like thing. What's the word? That was the most shade they ever threw, but rightfully so. Because like, why? Why would you ever think that would go down well with people? One of the best parts about classic gaming, right, is the whole thing of being able to share your games with your friends. It's like and especially the demographic that games are aimed at. Kids
Yeah.
to like early teenagers. We are not in positions where we can. Well, we were not. I would say in positions where we can go buy a new game
Yeah.
every week or something. You know.
I was fortunate enough to have a much older brother, like 8 years older, so he would buy games and shit, so it's fine by me. But
See,
like for like you've seen is only a year older, so
yeah, and only
can't really be
now are
buying
we both
games
in
on.
positions where we can buy our own games.
Yeah,
Okay,
but yeah.
fair enough. For like when we both started college, and our parents actually started giving us money.
I think that's when my parents stopped giving me like pocket or like money for like food and shit. Like, hey, you got a job now, go fucking buy your own shit.
Oh man, my parents they didn't give us money, pocket money, till we were in college, right? They would give us what, £10 a week, £10 a week to last us 5 days.
Jesus.
So it was either
Basically, you have the £2 meals every day.
no. Do you know what I did? I just had a pound
What do you
packet of crisps every day,
do? Just the sensations.
just the sensations, or Walker's Max Paprika, which was always so nice.
The hustle.
Hustle, man, hustle.
Anyway, to the next one.
Yes. So this is onto anime news now. So I remember, guys. Last week we mentioned the Castlevania anime season 3 that was announced for Netflix,
For March 20th.
March 20th. That's not that far away. I just
Yeah,
realized
it's a month away.
it's a month
It's only
away.
a month and 4 days.
So yeah, apparently a trailer for that dropped, but I haven't seen a trailer. Have you?
Yep, I saw it as soon as it came out, and boy, it has me super, super excited. So, there's a thing in Castlevania in one of the games called Symphony of the Night, where once you defeat Dracula, you go into the second castle, which is a secret area. The castle's upside down. And at the beginning of this trailer, you see an upside down castle. So if they're adapting Symphony of the Night for this game, I am fucking hyped for this because it's gonna be an amazing fucking anime. And it's 2 episodes longer as well, so it's 10 episodes this season. So you can watch the whole thing in what? That's 22 episodes. You can watch 24 episodes. You can watch the whole thing in one sitting.
Hmm, that's true.
So,
I could.
bro, I cannot wait for this because it's the animation in it just looks so much better than what it already was, and like just the music, everything about Castlevania anime is just fucking top tier. So you need to really get onto that. It's only a couple episodes, 8 plus 4, 10. Yeah, yeah, it's 22 episodes. Never mind.
I don't know why I still haven't. So, I feel bad for not watching it now because you know what I did yesterday?
What's that?
Watched like 14 episodes of Gintama.
Oh shit, you're ahead of me now. Fuck.
I've already finished Gintama.
What the hell?
I
Why are
watched
you?
I watched all of it in summer, but I was
Why are you
rewatching.
rewatching it?
I was just rewatching some episodes because like it's a really funny show, guys. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, if you have
Gintama's.
not watched
I,
Gintama, it's one of the best anime I've ever watched. It's about
I'm
300.
watching it very slowly. I normally watch anime like double speed and whatnot, but this is one show.
No,
It's like
you have to watch it single speed in order
it's
to
like
get, because like all the jokes and the timing, it's
this is one show where it's like there's a bunch of episodes. I can just relax and just sit down and watch it, and it's funny. It's like very slice of lifey shown, which
very
is what I
slice
love.
of life. Okay, and one thing about me is I cannot stand like filler episodes and filler arcs in anime.
First two episodes of filler, I'm pretty sure.
In Gintama, that is the one exception. That is because the thing is, right, with Gintama, because it's a very comedic, unserious show,
I don't mind the fillers, yeah.
the fillers don't feel that much different from the main story. Granted, there are bits of the main story which are like quite like deep and shit, and you're like, oh, wow, this is Gintama. I was not expecting this. Like, what happened to my parody anime? And
Yeah,
don't get
just
me wrong, it's
literally
mainly a
referencing
parody
other
anime.
shows.
There's so many references. You know, there's a thing. Obviously, Dragon Ball Z. You got.
There's a Berserk reference, there's JoJo reference.
There's JoJo references. I mean, it's got one of the best JoJo references, given that the main voice actor voices Joseph Joestar. But also,
Wait, really? Gintoki voices?
yeah, he voices
Oh,
Joseph Joestar.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Wait.
and he also
Yeah, now I can hear it. Holy shit.
he also voices Escanor.
Yeah.
But I think
Separately.
what else? Oh, there's
We
also
gotta talk about that.
one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite references they did was the thing Fist of the North Star,
Oh,
where
I
I
think
think
episode's that in.
Shinpachi becomes a Kenshiro. Yeah, basically, Shinpachi, he's like the most beta character in the entire show. Okay, second most beta character next to Madao,
I don't know who that is.
the homeless
Only 7 episodes in.
guy. Have you not come across the homeless guy?
A homeless guy?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, once you come across the homeless guy, you'll understand. But yeah, he's one of the most beta characters in the entire show, right? And then you've got Kenshiro, the badass of badasses in all of anime. So much so that it'll basically, Fist of the North Star is like
It's like the
it's an old
OG
80s OG show, one of those really manly ones, like Berserk, like JoJo, like I think. Well, no, they're just like those two, to be honest.
If it
Whether
wasn't for Fist and North Star, Berserk wouldn't be existing right now.
Is it?
Yeah,
And to be honest,
Fist and North Star.
neither would I think JoJo, because apparently
JoJo,
JoJo's
yeah.
was initially started as a parody of Fist and North Star.
That's like the holy trinity.
Yeah.
JoJo, Berserk, and Fist and North Star. I really need to read Fist and North Star. There's a game which is made by the guys at Yakuza, so it's a Yakuza game with Fist and North Star slapped on the top. So I really need to get that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We kind of went off track. We went off.
Gintama can
Yeah,
think.
but yeah.
I've chat shit about the show so many times because two of my mates they watched they reacted to all the openings, and then they started watching the show, and I was like, oh, this show looks dead. Look at these reference of the anime. Then I watched like the first two filler episodes. I was like, holy shit, it's actually quite fun.
Yeah, it's a great show. But yeah, Castlevania season 3 out March
Cannot wait for
20th.
that.
Again, I'll catch up on the episodes and I'll let you wrap
Literally,
it.
as once we finish this podcast, watch the.
Yeah, I'll watch the first episode. But yeah,
no.
okay. Again, the next piece of news, it's more on the manga side of things, but
Quite a big one.
it's
as
a
well.
manga involving probably the biggest anime on the planet right now. I don't think it's overselling it saying that it's definitely the most popular one going on right
Definitely, yeah, popular. I'd say,
now.
yeah.
Most popular one, yeah. Which is I think My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the manga, they did a naughty.
I want to say I feel like it's just the people's reaction, which is just way over the top.
I mean, but it's the 21st century and
Everyone's
the
a
social
fucking
media.
snowflake these
The
days.
reaction
Yeah,
to everything is over the top. If it's not over the top, it's not a reaction.
the internet's a weird place now. Like you can find a video of like a cute dog, and like someone will be like, "Oh, that dog's gay." It's just literally just random shit. So you say anything this day and age, and you get fucking scrutinized for it. But anyway, off that, what happened? Do you know what happened in My Hero?
I mean, there's apparently something to do with naming of a character or like naming of a villain or a quirk or something.
So I won't say what the character was, who the character is, but they did reveal the name, quite a significant villain in the show. And that name, I can't remember what it was, but it apparently back in World War II,
Oh no.
Japanese people used to test on like Chinese and Korean prisoners,
Yeah, I
like
remember reading about that.
human experiments, and the name I think professors or whatnot were called back then. That was the name of the villain.
Oh no.
So in China, My Hero got completely banned. The manga's banned. The game on mobile is made by some Chinese developer. That game got canned like it's just as soon as that news came out. And then the funniest thing I see on Twitter, funny, not bad choice of words. The dumbest thing I see on Twitter is a bunch of My Hero fans. The My Hero fandom is the most toxic fucking fandom. I hate the fan base for My
Oh
Hero,
yeah,
even
no,
though I love My Hero and everything, but the fan base for it is so
the fan
I
base is
don't
horrible.
know
They cannot take the slightest amount of criticism for the show.
exactly.
It,
And if
the thing
anything,
about the My Hero Academia fan base is, majority of them probably have not seen any other anime or read any other manga, but they just want to claim that My Hero Academia is the best ever. I'm like, no.
it's just weird because for this, it's like as soon as they found out that what the Horikoshi did, people started like burning their volumes and burning their clothes. Like, how the fuck could you do this? That's so offensive. Blah 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 blah. I'm just thinking, bro, you spent money on that, and now you're just it's like, what's wrong with you? And the worst thing is that Horikoshi, he made a public announcement, and he said sorry, and he changed the character's name. He's still getting shit. Like, relax. Just because they share the same name, it's quite like having that character, giving that character the same name. I know it'll be offensive to Chinese people, but in a way, it makes sense for what the character's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it in that way. I mean, of course, it's offensive. I don't give a shit because it doesn't offend me anyway. You know, it'll offend to those people,
You,
but like general fans, like American fans or British fans, just anyone who's not in China, burning their shit. Like, what's fucking wrong, dude? Why are you doing that?
yeah, it's a bit over the top.
People are moaning that the character has the same birthday as one of the like professors back in the World War II era. Like, how sad do you have to be to get pissed off that they share a birthday?
Yeah,
With that logic, do you hate anyone who has Hitler's birthday or some shit like that? Like, it's not
yeah,
their fault.
yeah. Birthday's a bit trivial. The name I can understand getting annoyed at.
But birthdays, like, wow.
Birthday's a little bit trivial. Like, come on, man. I mean, but did they do that on purpose or?
I don't know. It might be as a reference, but like, there's no need to get so pissed off about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, they're coming from a good place. I understand it. Like they're like, okay, shouldn't want to offend anyone, especially not the Chinese people with what's going on nowadays.
They will give you Corona.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
The weirder thing with the My Hero thing is Horikoshi is usually very active on Twitter. Like, he's sharing off on My Hero. He's showing like support from the fans, like how he appreciates them. As soon as this news happened, he's been dead quiet on Twitter. That's what's sad. It's like everyone's just shitting on Horikoshi.
You just
He's
drove in.
created like a very good shonen series, which a lot of people adore. And the same fan base who adore it is giving him shit at the same time. Like, come on, dude,
It's like, yeah, it's like people
it's a
make
bit much.
mistakes. You know, people try
Yeah,
and push the envelope. You know, again, the guy apologized, so just accept the apology and move on.
change the character's name, like exactly.
Yeah, it's like, okay, guys, I fucked up. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Okay, I'll be more sensitive next time. Like, what else do you want him to do? Do you
You
want
want
him
him to
to like?
cancel the series?
Oh no, if he can't, you know what? He should do that.
That would be the biggest dick energy if he did that.
Yeah, he'd be like, ah,
Like,
okay,
fuck you guys.
yeah, I'll just like put no, not cancel the series.
Put it on a
Put it on a
hiatus.
hiatus, but actually cancel
Like
the series.
Vagabond, like Berserk, like Hunter x Hunter.
Hey, okay, Hunter x Hunter. Okay, we can allow that because the guy got freaking cancer. Okay,
Did he? I
yeah.
thought it was just because he plays video games.
Nah, bro, Tabashi fully caught cancer.
Jeez.
So it's
Well,
like,
another funny one is in. Oh, fuck, I keep saying the wrong word. Another weird one is Inoue, the guy who did Vagabond and Slam Dunk and Real. So he doesn't know. But one of the main reasons why he hasn't done Slam Dunk yet, I'll tell you. I mean, Vagabond. I'll tell you how long it's been, but I'll tell you the context behind it. So one of the reasons his health wasn't in the greatest condition. The second is he doesn't know how to end it, and the third being is he just doesn't have motivation. Guess how long it's been since we had a Vagabond chapter?
I want to say 4 years.
100% on yeah, you're on the ball. It's been 4 years since we got a Vagabond chapter,
Damn.
and I've been. It's literally one of. It's gonna be the next chapter's gonna have one of the best fights, and it's just we haven't got it yet.
I've never read Vagabond. Is there an anime adaptation
Nah,
or?
it couldn't. It couldn't. It's like Berserk. It can't. Like Berserk can be animated, but Vagabond, the art is so fucking on point. Anime would never do it justice.
Fair enough.
So fucking
Do you know what
detailed.
would do it justice? A
Who's that?
live action adaptation. No, I'm joking.
There probably is because the story it takes is based off one of the most like the world's like best samurai. So I'll be surprised there is a Musashi thing. But yeah, there's that My Hero news.
But
That
aside from
ends
that,
that.
there wasn't much anime news this week. To be honest, there wasn't much of any this week. But
Probably was some anime news, but like we're not into deep weep shit. So.
yeah, there's probably something like a new chapter of like I don't know Food Wars or something. Well,
Shugeki no Soma. Oh no, Ramses.
I don't know anything about Food Wars. I just know it's a thing.
It
But
looks boring.
aside
But yeah,
from
you have a
that,
segment.
what's our segment for the week? So usually we do questions from the gram. We only have one question from Instagram this week, so we'll answer that and then we'll do something else just to fill time a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, so the question comes in from my cousin Dawood. Basically, he wants us to discuss how close the Avengers in the movies are compared to their comic book counterparts. Now, you're not too familiar with that, so I'll take the reins on
Nope.
this one. So,
Don't read the Avengers comics, but yeah, you take this question.
yeah, so I've read some Avengers comics. I think I've watched the Avengers cartoons. I've played the old games, the old Iron MCU tie-in games. The old Marvel Ultimate Alliance games as well. Those are really fun. But generally speaking, if you were to take the um the MCU Avengers, and you compared them to the thing what's called comic book counterparts, I'm gonna be honest. The MCU took probably some of the biggest liberties with those characters I've ever seen. Aside from maybe the Hulk and Black Widow, who generally speaking are, I wouldn't say beat for beat, but mostly portrayed how their comic book counterparts are. Cause the Hulk isn't really that hard of a character to portray. It's just like you gotta make him a scientist, and
Just
then
a
you gotta make
scientist
him
who's angry.
angry green man. The one who, and it's funnily enough, the most perfect casting everyone says, he is actually like the most far away from his comic book counterpart.
RDJ?
RDJ is Iron Man. RDJ is Iron Man. Basically, he took the character of Iron Man and did a 180 on him, because
He made
Iron
it
Man
his
in the
own, yeah.
comics prior to the MCU was actually a very serious, very dark and deep layered character. Like there was a storyline I think in the 80s called Demon in the Bottle, where I think he basically effectively Tony Stark gave up being Iron Man completely because he was so into drinking. Like he
Fucking
had
hell.
like Iron Man was not the witty smart
It
ass.
wasn't the Batman Playboy vibes that we've seen from the comics, I'm guessing. I mean,
Yeah,
from the movies.
no, Iron Man was basically Marvel's answer to Batman. It was like, okay, we have our
Yeah.
own billionaire playboy character who I think what's called who is really really techie and relies on gadgets to get shit done. Yes, Iron Man was a very very serious character. Okay, not very very serious character. He was a lot more serious.
Definitely a lot more dark than he is in the
Yeah,
anime. Anime?
in the anime.
I'll talk about the animated show. What are you on about?
Yeah, of course. Because the thing is, right, if you ever watched the old Iron Man the animated series, that badass one from the 90s,
Yeah.
you compare how he is portrayed in that to how he is in the
Oh,
movies.
shit.
You're like, okay, there's very very clear disparity between the two. First off, again, he plays more into the tragedy of the character. You don't really get much of that in the MCU. I mean, yeah, you get the whole thing until about Civil War. But aside from that, so Iron Man, nothing like his comic book counterpart. Captain America, Captain America's a weird one because I would say he's very very similar to his comic book counterpart, but in this case I would say the movie does it better than the comic book, because in the comic books I should say, he just comes off as so boring and square and just so by the numbers, whereas like you find it hard to root for him. Whereas in the thing in the movies, he's very by the numbers, but up until a certain point, and then he I think it's Winter Soldier where he really decides to take it to his own level, and he's like, okay, yeah, I want the perfect America, but I also don't want to sacrifice, you know, my morals. I don't want to sacrifice who I am to get there. I don't want to have to sacrifice anything for that matter. You get me? You still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, bloody hell, you went silent there for a second. I'm like, oh shit, did the audio go out or
No,
something?
I was agreeing. Yeah.
But yeah, Thor, I would say, Thor's a weird one because Thor from the first couple of movies,
It
so
did seem like
from Thor
comic
one to thing
Dark World.
to Infinity, not Infinity War, to thing Age of Ultron. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's
sorry.
very much the old Shakespearean, stoic
The
thing,
God. Ha
God
ha ha
Thor,
ha.
very much like his comic book counterpart, but his comic book counterpart in those, like the version of Thor that portrayed it in those early movies was very boring. I mean, he was cool because he's got the hammer, but he wasn't. He was nothing more than the hammer.
He was just like, I'm strong God. I must defeat bad
Yeah,
morals.
it was Ragnarok onwards where they completely did a 180 on how he's supposed to
Just
be,
made it so much better.
and it did him so many favors because like now like basically the Thor character doesn't feel like he's got an expiry date now.
Yeah.
I love how I think Ragnarok did Thor a certain way, and then Infinity War did Thor a certain way, and then Endgame.
Fucking hell, Endgame was amazing.
I loved it. I
Thor
didn't love it
spelled
at
F
first,
O
but
R.
then the more I thought about it, the more I loved it. Because I'm like, okay.
I thought it was hella cringe when you see him play. I was like, why?
But then you think about it, you're like, oh no, Thor was fully depressed, and he found comfort in food. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. I would do that too. Um, Hawkeye, I don't know. Hawkeye, I would say he's more like his. Yeah, Hawkeye, I would say he's more like the ultimate comics version of him rather than the original 616 old school main Marvel continuity version. But I would say, yeah, he's an accurate representation of his comic book counterpart. But to be honest, we haven't really seen much of Hawkeye, so can't really say much from that. We just see, oh, he can shoot arrows. Ant-Man, nothing like nothing like how he is in the comics. He's
Well,
way
nothing
more
like
serious.
the Scott Lang.
No, not even like the Scott Lang. The Scott Lang in the comics is not as jokey. He's a lot more serious. He's a
Okay.
lot smarter. Um, but and again, he's not like as big a fanboy of the Avengers as everyone else.
Oh.
Scarlet Witch, again, I've said this before. Scarlet Witch is more like Jean Grey.
You took everything.
Yes, but she's still great. But I feel like WandaVision will see more of her being Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Vision resident.
Doctor Strange, I'd say, is very actually accurate to how he is in the comics. He's arrogant, but he's also really good at what he does. He has a reason for being arrogant. Uh, what else? Again, just a badass magician, badass wizard. And again, I can't wait to see more of him in the future movies. Who else? Who else is there? War Machine.
Quicksilver.
Oh no. I mean, we ran through quite a few of them. But generally
Yeah.
speaking, MCU does have a somewhat accurate representation of.
But then it takes its own creative liberties.
Yeah, it does take creative liberties. I do like the way they portray Spider-Man as well. Spider-Man's great. I love Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But yeah, that was really the only question we got. Thanks for submitting that, Dawood. Oh, sorry, I should say Lullaby, because that's what you. But yeah, aside from that, there is that's that segment done. But Rafi had another idea. What were we going to discuss again? We were going to say the anime that I've had the most.
Yeah, anime or
video game slash
video game / comic book movie has had the most cultural impact in the last decade.
yeah. Okay, in the
It's
last
just a
decade.
question we asked ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a question we should ask ourselves. We're going to just slowly discuss. Okay, so well, the comic book movie that for the last decade, easy, the first Avengers.
Yep.
I mean,
If it
just look,
wasn't for, if it was, I agree. If it
just
wasn't for
look,
Avengers, the hype train, the train would have been rolling.
just look at the impact it's had on Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Like every company now and their mother is trying to start some
Did
sort of shared
some
cinematic universe.
cinematic,
You know,
those
you had
the
Universal, didn't work out. You got the
yeah,
monster,
there was the horror thingy, is it? The
yeah, the
monster.
Universal, the Dark Universe. That just didn't
Yeah.
work. I think you got the Monsters universe with the thing, King Kong and Godzilla, which is actually pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite
Yeah.
enjoying that. Um, DCE
DC with the
got off to a rough
EU.
start, but it's finding its footing. Um,
Star Wars.
Yeah, you know, Star Wars basically trying to replicate the MCU. No, no, just stick to being Star Wars, please. Stick to what works.
Stick to TV because that's where Star Wars belongs. TV
Yeah,
and video games.
Fast and Furious are trying it now. It's just,
So the Hobbs and Shaw.
it's
I like
just,
that movie, but
it's
yeah.
just not working because they want to do another spin-off for Fast Nine. It's
Oh
Fast
god
10,
damn
sorry.
it.
So I'm
The
like,
John Cena one is like he has a wrestling career or something.
pretty much, yeah. But yeah, yeah. In terms of comic book movie, no debate about that. This the first Avengers movie, one of the biggest movies, like one of the biggest cultural impacts of all time. Like people still reference the whole, you know, I have an army, we have a Hulk, you know, and like that line that Tony Stark says, you know, about the I think when he's about to get mind controlled by Loki, and he's like, performance anxiety isn't uncommon. 1 in 5 actually. I've seen that like sprayed around so many different places. Like it's become a meme, you know.
Mm,
And of course, the Stan Lee cameo. That's just iconic. No one can deny a Stan Lee cameo. Like how iconic a Stan Lee cameo is. It's sad that we're
yeah.
not going to get any more of them, but you know,
Yeah.
that's life.
Yeah, I agree. Fucking Avengers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like Endgame and Infinity War, but I forget that Avengers started it all,
Those
got
are
that
all
train rolling.
byproduct. That's all a side effect
Exactly,
of the
yeah.
first
It's
Avengers movie.
because of Avengers Assemble.
Yeah. In terms of um video game, biggest video game with culture. I don't really know for that one. I want to say The Last of Us.
That could be one, but I don't think that is the one. I would say GTA. GTA
Oh
5.
yeah, 100%
GTA
GTA.
5.
I mean,
GTA 5 is as much as I mean I don't play the game anymore. I enjoyed it when it first came out, but the game's still going strong. We talked about it in the first episode. I don't know how the fuck no last episode. How the fuck it's still going so strong.
7 years after release, yeah.
7 years after release, it's been on. I'm expecting a Switch port. I want. That's how fucking. That's how much power that game's had. Last of Us is also a good one, yeah, but I think the exclusivity kind of
Yeah, the
hurts it.
exclusivity to PlayStation.
Another one would be like probably. I was gonna say Modern Warfare 2, that was 2009, but just COD in general.
Oh yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of
Call of
Duty
Duty
really
in
found.
general.
Okay, I don't want to say it found its footing in 2010s, but there was a stretch. There was a stretch of Call of Duty games in the 2010s which were like they were really good, and then they got really bad. So I
Yeah,
think
from 2010 to 14,
yeah.
because
So
what 2010 you
so
had Black
Black
Ops,
Ops,
and then you had
Modern Warfare 3,
3,
Black Ops
Black
2,
Ops 2, then
um,
you had
Mod-
Ghost, which was actually pretty fun. It's just the maps were a bit doo doo.
mhm.
And then you had Advanced Warfare, which I actually enjoyed Advanced Warfare because I mean I never owned the game, but whenever I did play it, I like the whole fast paced nature of the game.
I've never played
Even-
Advanced Warfare, but
And then Black Ops 3, I just banged out so much because it's just the Black Ops title. And then Infinity War, everyone bought that game just because COD Modern Warfare Remastered.
oh yeah, Infinite Warfare.
And then World War Two, which is alright. And then you had was Black Ops 4, which is Battle Royale. And the new one, Modern Warfare, is gonna have a Battle Royale mode now as well. But yeah, I'd say the game that had the biggest impact was GTA. I remember when GTA 5 first came out. So my brother who's working a part-time job at some retail store, so we got the game as soon as because he was working on that day. But my parents had gone shopping in our local shopping area, shopping like mall,
hmm
and there was an actual line from the from game leading out of the fucking store. That's how fucking hype And in our area as well, where you don't see shit like that, like you would expect to have in like Zone One, Central London. But
Oh
seeing a
yeah, and
fucking line like that,
is in back then
what was that?
the game in Wood Green. That's the one in the thing, the mall, innit?
Inside the mall, yeah, and there was a line from inside heading outward. That's how hyped people were for GTA 5.
I'm trying to picture that. Like it's like the
Literally going past like the peacocks, the fucking like that H Samuel ring shop and shit. Like literally going past everything
damn.
out of the fucking venue. It was like a
It's like
huge line.
for those of you who don't like know the area, the Wood Green shopping mall is like a very it's like it's structured like how every other shopping mall is. You know, you've got a very big ring of shops. You know,
Yeah,
on the platform, and where the game used to be. I can't remember.
it's like deep. It's like deep in the middle.
Yeah, it was next to the food court, wasn't it?
Next, it's around from the side, yeah, from opposite like the bigger
So basically,
shops, but
imagine
it's right in the middle.
this is where the game is, right? So that would mean the queue would be going all the way around. How big would you say the radius would be? Like,
The radius, probably about a good 100 to 200 meters. People, it was fucking loads of people
so
there.
you're saying it went all the way around the platform and then down the stairs?
No. The game's on the ground floor, so it was going out of the actual
Oh,
venue.
right. Oh man, that makes
So the
sense.
doors had to be held open because the doors were all automatic. So people just standing in the fucking door. That's how fucking long the line was.
I can't
But
imagine
yes,
that. I think
I couldn't as well. But when I saw it, I was like, what the fuck? People really want this game, don't they?
yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
it was a pretty huge game. It did sell really well as well, didn't it?
I think it's one of the top five best-selling games of all time. Number
Yeah.
one being Minecraft. Let's go. But yeah, for games, yeah, we both had the same thought. So for comic books and games, I want to see what anime is. So, what do you think the animes have the biggest culture impact this decade's been?
In the
I've
last
got two choices.
decade, um,
I've got two choices.
much to my dismay, as much as I dislike it. Actually, wait, is it last decade? I don't know.
What show is it?
I was gonna say Naruto, but
Hmm?
then I'm like, no, Naruto's 2000s one. If we're talking
Yeah,
about
Naruto started in the 2000s.
if we're talking about last decade,
But
oh,
there's two shows. There's two shows.
well, I mean,
Which, if you don't
okay,
get
one
them,
of them. Oh no, I think we're thinking of the same two.
okay, say it.
I think My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan.
Nope. Attack on Titan is one of them, but the other one's Hunter x Hunter.
All right, but Hunter x Hunter is a remake of a
Yeah, I
of a
know, but
1999 one.
it's always was the 2011, so it's the new improved version of War Arcs. But yeah, those two shows I'd say they had the biggest impact because Hunter x Hunter is like it's essentially the best shonen,
Yeah,
and it's like quite dark for a shonen as well.
and thinking about Hunter x Hunter, I'm still seeing references. That anime came out in 2011,
Yeah,
finished in 2014. I'm still seeing gifs and references of it to this day, which is
yeah,
6 years
that's
after
sad.
it's finished.
But
Right?
then you got Attack on Titan, which is when that first came out, everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's so gory, yo, like
And then
eating
people,
people." And then it got into like the political shit, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this
bro,
is dope."
Attack on Titan is one of the best shows I've ever watched. Like, I think
I cannot wait
just
to.
edged out my top five. It
Anime, yeah, yeah, for me, yeah.
just edged it.
My top five anime is different, of course, to my top five manga and anime combined list, but yeah.
But my god, because the thing is, right? Everyone knows the reason why everyone got behind Attack on Titan, right? And that was that first opening.
Have you heard the misheard lyrics?
No, I have not. I have to give that a
It's
go.
like sex with the eagles. It's like what the fuck?
What?
The birds and the beetles or some shit. It's just so stupid. I fucking love those misheard lyrics. It's like there's one for Death Note for the OP2 where it's like we must pass gas to free all this pain. It's like porn, free porn. And just out of nowhere, it's like white people. Oh, those videos are great.
No, I think
Yeah,
about
for me, it's those two shows: Attack on Titan and Hunter x Hunter.
see yeah for Hunter x Hunter is a fair one, but yeah, so we agree Attack on Titan. But I would say yeah, My Hero Academia, obviously being as popular as it is,
Yeah,
it's got such a large outreach Like,
Fan base
obviously,
is huge.
yeah, and it benefited from, being released like 2016 onwards, which is when anime was being streamed on more platforms. So like,
Yeah, that's when like the whole like
Crunchyroll, Netflix
Crunchyroll
thing.
and yeah, like
There's another one. I can't remember the name of it.
Funimation.
Oh
Talk
yeah,
about that.
Funimation, of course.
Fuckimation.
And we will get into our dislike for Funimation on another day.
Another episode, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like because everyone and their mother now knows about what My Hero Academia is. I've seen Plus Ultra be plastered everywhere, right? Like, again, like we were saying earlier, most casual anime fans will have watched My Hero Academia. Most My
Yeah.
Hero Academia fans will have only ever watched My Hero Academia, and then suddenly claim it's the best anime ever. Like, expand your horizons. Okay, watch. Like, to anyone who only ever watched My Hero Academia, okay, watch
Go
Full
watch
Metal,
JoJo.
watch JoJo's, watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, watch Hunter x Hunter,
Death Note.
watch Death Note, watch Attack on Titan, and then come back and try and say My Hero Academia is the best anime you've ever seen.
And Devilman Crybaby.
That's too, but that sounds too dark and depressing.
See, that is very dark and depressing. But yeah.
So yeah, in terms of anime, yeah, but yeah, definitely Attack on Titan. Again, it's not even that first theme song. It's that part of the. Basically, it's just the Jaeger part everyone loved, and then you have the thing. Then you had
Just seeing the Colossal Time for the first time. I almost had everyone shit there.
bro. What when I tell you
And,
in
and
season
seeing
2,
the mom die.
was it season 2 or season 3? No, season 2 when
Season 2 when Reina and Bertolt just say, "Yo, where those Titans?"
yeah, like that. And then when Eren loses his mind, he
The
transforms and he's
way
about
they
to.
did it as well, it's like literally just, oh, by the way, Titans. It's like, what? Huh? I did not expect. Do you read the manga?
I don't. No, 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 no.
Boy, you get into it.
I'm going to. I'm going to
So
soon because apparently
it'll
season
probably
4
finish
ain't gonna be animated for a while. So it's like,
it'll probably finish in about a year. The manga.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's going on? It's looking like it was in it. But then that's a year's like 10 chapters. So yeah.
oh, is he that inconsistent?
No, it's monthly.
Ah, right, right.
12 chapters, I should say. Sorry, yeah. But yeah, that's that segment part done.
And that's our segment for the week done. And that about wraps up the show. We went a bit longer than last week, hour and 40 minutes this week.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad, but we still getting good at this. We're still improving. Okay, we're trying to improve.
Hopefully for next or the week after, I should be getting my webcam
All right,
or my cam. So you do dual face cam.
dual
Add the
face cam. You'll
these-
get to see
add
what
a-
both of
add a
us
face
look
to
like.
these voices.
Yeah, you'll get to see what both of us look like whilst you minimize the screen and just click on our video.
Have it playing in the background whilst you, I don't know, you're doing taxes.
Yeah, like you're paying your taxes or some shit. But yeah, so that'll be all from us this week. Thank you all for watching. Please like this video, share it, subscribe. Also leave your feedback in the comments. Again, what we did well, what we didn't, what we can improve on. Any feedback is
What
good
do you want us
feedback.
to hear
Okay,
and all that
just
stuff,
just
yeah.
don't tell us to kill ourselves or something, because Rafi will take that to heart.
I'm on that road already.
Because he's a
so,
little
like,
bitch.
There's no point asking that. Yeah.
But yeah. So you can follow me on Twitter at IJSSJ3, SSJ3. Sorry. You can follow me on Instagram at IGSSJ3. Where can you find you, Rafi?
All same thing. So Instagram and Twitter, Rafi XCVIII 98. No one remembers. That's what it. Same for Instagram and Twitter. Yep.
All right, and we have been your Earth's Mightiest Gyros, and as always, always shit before you shower.
And read Berserk.